Okay, it says I'm live. Let me see if I can find it on the group setting. Art Joy is sharing. Let's put that up here so that I can see if anybody's chatting. And yeah, there we are. Okay. So I know this is unexpected. That's the way I am these days, unexpected. I just kind of play around with whatever I've got. I thought we'd have a chance to kind of chat and see how things are going with your month-long project. I'm going to cover up these. These are on my desk. These are postcards. These are watercolor postcards. So you don't have to have these. You can just take some plain watercolor paper and cut it up and make your own. But I happen to have these in my stash, and I thought, well, I'm gonna paint some postcards. So there you have it. I think this is going to be in the group. So if you come back later and want to see what's going on, you can view this again. But, what I did originally were those postcards on the gel plate, I think. And then I did some painted ones. I'm trying to remember back this month what I've done so far. The month flies by faster than I expect. One of the things that I did this month was I picked up, I got a tip from Mary Beth Shaw, and she travels with her stuff a lot. And so she had these makeup bags, which I thought were ingenious. And so she carries a lot of her supplies in these bags because they're zipper, you can see through. And this one, I just put like all in that finishing touch black and white mediums in, so that I can grab it when I'm ready for that particular step in the process. So these are just, cheap makeup bags on Amazon. And I've got a couple of them going now because I have one that's got paint pens. I've got one that's got black and white. So that's what I'm doing with that. So this is some cheap bee paper that I got from Walmart, but it's really pretty good paper. It's better quality, cold press paper, 140 pound. And I'd gotten out my ink tints because I haven't had these out in a while. I'm trying to go through my stash and play with things that I haven't had out in a while. I think I want this at 3/8. This is my corner rounder. They're not out far enough. There we go. So I'm going to round the corners on this so it'll fit in my box. This is just going to be my swatch paper. So I'm just rounding the corners on my swatch paper. Oh, that's not the right one. This one is. That's one of the reasons I was rounding the corners, so I could tell them apart, right? I tell you. Anyway. And I've got these scratch pieces of paper because I think I want to build a palette. And it's always good to have some scratch paper on your desk. So this is what I had come up with. These are those, I had watercolors in here from, no, these were dream sticks or something, drama sticks from Jane Davenport. And I like the smaller container. These ink tints come in a great huge package, and I don't have room on my desk for all of that. So I transferred these into a couple of these tins like this. So I've got two. I've got one that's like green blue and the other that's more like blue, red, orange, something like that. So what I wanted to do was just get some color down from these ink tints. So let's get to swatching. Now these things are a little bit chalky, which is why I have a microcloth here so that I can clean my fingers off. But you can use it in the original state. You can wet it with a brush, with your watercolor brush or water reservoir brush, whatever you'd like to use and have. So these are the blues in this tin. And let me see if comments are working. Yeah, it's coming through. Okay. So if you've been on StreamYard before, it'll actually put your name up there. If you haven't, or you haven't allowed StreamYard to use your name, then it's not going to do that. But I'm getting a little bit of smudge going on here. So I'm just going to swatch these down. I don't know that I'm going to do them all. I think I'm just going to do this first pan because we want to do something else too. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. These are really lovely colors. I haven't worked much with them. I've painted with them, just taking a wet brush and painting. I haven't actually used them in the stick form. I also have the pencils. If you have pencils, they do the same thing because they're a water soluble pencil and block. I'm going to run out of room here. Really quickly, I'm going to run out of room here. Let's get the orange and this other orange. And we'll just flip it over. And we'll do yellow. And this is kind of a yellow green I like. You guys see those colors? Pretty colors, right? So that's my first pan. I'll get to this one later. But I've got my piece of paper ready for swatching, so that can go over there. Okay, ink tints. So let me grab a brush. Yeah, this has water in it. Start down here. And I'll just move it out. These are very intense colors, very lovely colors. So I would encourage you, if you have money in your budget and you want some portable water-soluble medium, that these might be. It's got a little bit too much water. I'm going to soak some of that up. Get a thirsty brush and pull some of that. Some of these move better than others. This is almost like a pinky color and it doesn't move as well. So, good to know, right? All right, let's do this one. Hi, Liz. How are you this morning? You have plans for your Sunday? It's going to rain here. I can't be out in the garden today because it's raining. Very overcast. It's only supposed to get up to 80. So, what I wanted to do was go online and pick out a color palette. Are you working on the challenge for this month, Liz? Do you know what I'm even talking about when I say the challenge for the month? It's up at the top in the featured stuff. We kind of try to do a challenge every month just to keep everybody active. These are really pretty. Look at that. Ooh, gotta love that. Those are really pretty colors. Okay, so, oh, that's a little bit too wet. Get my thirsty brush, pull some of that back. Anyway, I was going to do one of the challenges this morning because I got some watercolor postcards out. Ooh, oh, that's like that. What's that new one from Ranger? Maritime something or other. Love that one. That's absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Oh, where is it? Not Faded James, not. Yeah, Uncharted Mariner. This one. Have you guys seen this color? This is really pretty. This is the Uncharted Mariner. Distress Oxide. I guess it's not as dark as that. But it's a gorgeous color. I love that color. So it's actually kind of in between some of these other ones over here. But it's got that smoky gray tone to it, which I love. Oh, look at me making a mess. That's the way I roll. So I obviously am going to have to coat this once I get it done so that it can go in the tray. And then on the back here, got my yellows. So here's that bright yellow. And this one was the limey green one. Not a lot of difference, but it's there. So anyway, that's this Inktense palette. And it's kind of hard to tell what those colors are if you don't do this. Let me see if I've got. Oh, keep looking in drawers. Here we go. I've got some Scotch tape here. So I want to protect those. Sorry for the noise. That's the tape, not the artist. I want to protect those colors, so I'm just going to put this down on my sheet of paper here. Yep, sure am. Don't you guys love watching me struggle? It's just the way I roll. Okay, so There we go. And I want to cut that off. Anyway, there we go. We've got a palette of colors for that. Now, what I was looking at, and I'm going to have to switch over because I was looking at it on my phone. It might be a minute here. Might be just a minute. Here's my stuff laid out. And I'd gone to put that away because I'm not punching any more corners. Okay, so hi, Minka. How are you? So I'm not punching any more corners, but what I was doing is on the web, you guys can use this too. There are different places that have these suggested colors. Like this is designseeds.com. This one is trendland.com. So if you're looking for a palette to use for this month, go to one of these and find a palette that you like. And let's look at these colors here that I just swatched. If I can get it back out of the pan. For this particular palette, I'm going to have to add some greens, I think. But this blue right here, I think is this one. This purple is more like this. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's this one. That purple. There's also more of a red purple, which is right directly above that. So let's grab that one. Sorry, guys, you can't see that when it's off camera, can you? And then, so we've got that. We just need those two green, and those are kind of a celadon green. So let me go to that other palette. See if I've got anything in there that might mimic that. These are more of a yellow green. This is kind of a gray. Let me look at this. It's more of a brown green. Yeah, not liking that one. That's an olivey green. Not liking that one. I might have to go to something other than ink tints. Because I'm just not seeing the right. Oh, now that might be okay. Let's look at that. Where's my water brush? Oh, that's kind of nice. It's a little bit deeper, but I like it. You guys see that one? A little bit deeper, but I like it. So let me pull this one and maybe find a neo color. What have I got? Caran d'Ache. Don't see anything in that set. Let's see what we've got in this one. I'm sadly lacking in those gray greens, I guess. Oh, here we go. There's a pretty one. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, a gray green. Okay, so we've got our color palette, which is this right here. And this one comes from, who's it by? design-seeds.com. Heavy rains. Oh, summer coming back. All right, I'm gonna swatch these really quick so that you guys can see them. This is the one purple, two purple. What did I do? I missed a. Where's the other blue? That one. This one. I guess 5 colors is plenty. I don't need all the colors, do I? Okay. So there we have it. Get this out of the way. If I decide I want to add this other purpley blue. No, that's not the one that's missing. Got this red blue. This is the purple. This is the other bright blue. This is the one of the greens. Oh, I'm loving this palette. And this is that Celadon green. Okay, let me get this down here where you guys can see it. Isn't that pretty? That's a pretty palette. So that's kind of coming off of this. I do see some brighter greens and turquoises and things in this picture, but that might be top layers or something. Where's my chat? There it is. There it is. Okay, so it's weird because my chat here isn't bringing up the comments that are showing on my screen. And over here it just says Facebook user, but I think those are Minka. So anyway, if I don't comment with your name, you'll know why, because that's the way it is. So bee paper, inexpensive paper, works just fine for these types of projects, you know. And this is a 9x12 pad, got 50 sheets in it. I think I got this at Walmart for about 10 bucks. So keep your eye out for that. Because that's pretty good stuff. Okay, so I can put my Inktense blocks aside because I got my palette. I can put my Distress Oxide back because I'm not using that for the moment. So here I've got these watercolor postcards down on my desk. See if I can fit it all in here. There we go. There we go. I've got 4 of them out. And I'm just going to start. The way I like to start a lot of times is just with some mark making. Now you can take inspiration from the piece. Like if I wanted to take inspiration from the piece and do that circular thing, I could definitely, do some mark making using this as my inspiration. I can also see how the lines are emanating out. I could also do some mark making like that. I can just, draw with my non-dominant hand and just, make some squiggly looking things like this. And I'm just going to get some color down. Now that was a Stabilo all. And I'm going to take a brush. Let's see if I can find a brush I want to work with here. I've got a nice soft brush here, and I just want to anchor that. So I'm just going to go over with a little water and set that in, because once Stabilo moves, and once you put it down, you need to I'm going to lift some of that excess water here that's on the tape. You need to seal it, so I'm just going to very lightly hit this one. And the water, believe it or not, will activate that and give us something to work from here. So that's a good start. Now I can use these ink tints just as they are. Like if I wanted to, come in here and add some more of that line work, I can do that with these crayons. Or these blocks. I can add some color in here with the block, and I can move that around also with my big brush. It's still wet, so that stuff is still moving. But I'm liking where it's going so far. Okay, so let me get a tray. Here's a watercolor tray. And I'm just going to drop these ink tints in on that. So I've got more of a palette there. All right, so now I'm going to go down to a smaller brush. This is a water reservoir, and it's getting kind of low. So I am just going to dip it in my water. I'm going to let me show you what I do. I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to dip it in my water and then unsqueeze, and it's going to suck up some water into my reservoir, which is, the lazy man's way of filling your water reservoir brush. But, I'm kind of in a hurry today, so we'll just do that. Now, let me see. I like this. I like this bright blue. So So let me bring some of that in here. Very peacocky blue, right? I like that a lot. Actually, let's take that down here too. Why not? And let's add, I want to get a big swatch of that. Get a big swatch of that blue. And do some big swatch. Yeah, like that. So these are just play times, carve out 10, 15 minutes a day and do a playtime like this. These are small pieces. You don't have to love any of them. You may have one that you really fall in love with. You may have some that you don't care for at all. It's okay. We're just, there's some that hasn't moved yet. I need to wet. So let that dry down a little bit, and I'm going to come over on this one. Let's do some of those blues and purples on this one. Let me just get some of this going on here. And this one seems to be a little more minimal for some reason. I don't know why I'm doing that, but let's just go with the flow, right? Get my big swatch brush. Well, I hope the rains get better for you guys. Been a tough week. I was thinking to myself, because in 2020 we had derecho through here, which kind of wiped out my yard and a lot of the neighborhood. We were without power for 10 days, starting August 10th, which is my birthday, by the way. Wasn't a fun birthday that year, I'll tell you, because we had the storms and all that cleanup. Well, now it seems like every year on the 10th of August, we've got something going on. I mean, we've got the fires over there in Hawaii. So, oh my goodness, it's just not conducive to wanting to celebrate. Not at all. Okay, I'm liking that. I don't know if I'm loving it. I think I need to add some of that brighter color in here. Let's get some of this. See if I can just splatter that on there. Okay. So this I'm not loving at all. This isn't doing a thing for me. So I'll probably change that up a lot. This I'm actually loving a lot. This is okay. This is okay. So let me dry that down a little bit. So the thing about water and water reactive stuff is it takes dry time. And I don't necessarily like to use a dryer. Most times I would prefer to just let it air dry naturally. But in the interest of video, we're going to dry this some. I'm not going to dry it all the way. You can see it's still puckering. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. Look at that. I like my fingerprints on there. Okay, let's do that. I like fingerprinting. Finger painting. See, this one's getting more and more interesting to me. That one, not so much. So I'm going to need to go over that with something for sure. And you could collage over this if you wanted to. You could do whatever you wanted to. Nothing mandatory. But yeah, okay. Because that is not making me happy, I'm going to come back with some white ink tints. Oops. Brighten that one back up because just seems to need. And while we're at it, I like that white, so let's add a little bit in here too. Hi, Gilly. How are you? So, yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Let me spray that. Do I have a fixative here? Interesting. I have just about everything out here, but what I'm looking for, right? Yeah, I got a fixative. Not the right one, but it'll help seal that down a little bit. Just give it a little spray. Now I want to do some stenciling on this. You're tired? Did you just get up? I was tired this morning too. I had a backache, so I decided I needed to get up out of bed because when you have a backache, laying in bed is probably the worst thing for it. And I needed to get up and fix breakfast for my husband and all that good stuff too. So, hey. All right, so what do I want to do next? Next, I need to add something to these. Where do I want to go to? Let me see. Let me see what I've got in the way of stencils here. Oh, yeah. See, now that could work with the circle thing. That's cool. It's got a grid to it. Oh, this one is one of my favorites. And this one, oh, this is good. See, now stencils are to the rescue. All right. So I think we've got a plan here. I'm going to go with, as I'm looking at my color palette and looking at our picture here, I think I want some of these brighter tones on top. Ooh, the bloodsuckers, huh? Yeah, I don't like the bloodsuckers. So this one, let's get some ink. Now, let's get some paint. Get some paint. What have I got for paint? Oh, there's a nice bright blue. Bright blue green. Let's get this. Let's see what this looks like. Put a dot out here. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good color. So let me just get, this is a dirty, dirty tool, which I should have cleaned a long time ago. Oh well. All right, so I've got one of these little makeup applicators, and I'm just going to get some of that. And I want to add some of this bright color in here. Oh yeah, see, I like that better already. You guys see what that did? You guys see what that did? Yeah, I like that better already. Let's add a little bit over here. And a little bit down here. Yeah, that makes everything better. I don't know why. I still want to pop a color in there. Turquoise. I love turquoise. One of my faves, right? Now, I think for this one, it's more linear. So let's do, oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. All right. Maybe instead of this color, I should go with a bright purple. What do you think? Or maybe I should use both the purple and the green. Or maybe a lighter blue. How about a lighter blue? Let's do a lighter blue. It's still, you know, it'd be like this, but if I add some white to it, then it would be more like that, right? So let me get this green out of my brush. Good to have rags here, right? To do all my cleanup. Let's go over to this one. And let's add a pop of blue, right? Yeah. Just going right through there. And I may have to soften that out a bit. See what we're getting here. Yeah. Not in love. All right. When you're not in love, pull some of that back. I like this right here. I just didn't like all of this over here. So, all right, that's okay because I'm not done with that yet. Let's go back to that turquoisey green. And I'm going to take the same stencil, I think. Maybe not. Do I want the same stencil? Get some of this off of the back here. I'm going to take the same stencil with that turquoisey color. And I'm going to come where? No, don't like that. I'm just going to come right across here. See if I like that any better. Yeah, that's better. So let's do some down here in the corner. And something right here. Okay. a little heavy-handed, so I'm going to pull some of that back. All right, so kind of happy with that. This one down here, I think I want to do something entirely different with. I do like those circles though. Actually, let's go back to the circles with this color here. Yeah, I like that a lot. So that's still wet. We're going to do a play on play here. Yeah. Oops, you guys couldn't see what I was doing there. Oh, Peg. Good grief. All right. Okay, I like that. Actually, let's get this one with that purple down here. Because I've still got plenty of that on my tool. I want to add a little bit right here. I'm going to blend that out some. Get rid of the hard edge. Just blend out your hard edge. Okay. And then this one, let's do this stencil. Orange yellow. Yes, orange yellow would be lovely on there. And I'm thinking that especially this one needs that pop. Like I'll show you when I look at the original. So let's add a little. Oh yeah, okay. I love that. Get a little bit up here. See, what I was thinking was this color. This is a wild honey, which I think is going to accentuate because get some of that wet off of there. Still pretty wet stuff. Because I just think it's going to add to our overall palette. Here's what we're working with so far, right? Look at this one. Right in with that. That is a keeper right there. That is a keeper. So let me rinse this out. And I think I need to go to a smaller, more mark-making stencil like this. This one I'm still loving the most. Let me go to one that I'm not loving the most. And this has kind of a crosshatch effect to it. But I still like those dots. So let me put some of these dots on top of this. Like right here. Yeah, I like that. Just pushing those layers back a little bit. And honestly, I think I want that just just a tad lighter even than that. Let me get a drop of this Americana to add into that. This is a buttermilk. Mix that up with a buttermilk. Yeah, that's a nice buttery tone. So I don't know if I can go right back where I was with that. That's okay. I'm sticking my fingers in the green paint, so I'm flipping that over. So let's get some of that buttery tone on here. Yeah, see, that's much better. That buttery. Oh, see, there's that green. All right, I can tell you right now, I got to get rid of that green on my palette because it's going to make a mess. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Good grief. Okay, that one I think has enough on it. This one I'm still loving. This one, okay, this is what I was going to show you guys was the original. You like the yellow? Okay. See, and that's the direct contrast to this purpley color that we've got going on here. So that's good. Let's see I wanted to, I want to show you this picture again. See how it's got these kind of yellowish tones right down in here? That orangey yellow. That's coming directly off of that whole peacock thing, right? So I feel fine looking at this picture and adding that color for my palette. And the other thing is, you see how it's like right here in the middle in the circular thing. So I'm good with that. This I'm still loving the way it is, but it needs that something something. So let's get some of that excess paint off of there. Let's do that pop on top of the purple once again. Let's do, this is kind of a little crosshatch thingy. Yeah. Just the tiniest little bit there. Okay. Now that, if I have another stencil, it would be better suited here. I'm looking up here at this one now. That's interesting. Okay, so what do I want? Let me look at some of these smaller stencils. Oh yeah, here we go. Just the ticket. So I just want to, I'm going to smear all of these. I know it. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Love that. And then over here, instead of that, I think I want to change direction with that yellow. And I want to go to a Papa Bright. Let's do a Papa Bright. All right, what did I do with my phone? See if you guys are talking to me. Okay. I had to take this photo this morning. It's Kermit the Frog, and he's got a respirator on. It says, "Me after I put the fitted sheets on the bed myself." I love this. I love this. I like to smile in the morning. So, all right. You like the yellow. Let's do this really wild, hot color here. It's called Festive Berries. And I think we need to get a little festive here. So this is the one I was using. Let's see what that does. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Perfect. It's speaking to me. I gotta love that, right? Can you guys see that Festive Berries on there? That little bit made me so happy. All right, I can put that in the water, dab up any extra. Now I want to add some bling, right? I want to add some bling. Off to dinner time. Okay. Well, you can catch the replay. It'll be out there. All right, so here it is. Liking where we are, but I think, what do I have here? Just looking at, oh, you know what I've got. Got something I haven't used yet. This is a art anthology gilded gold. You guys see this? Yeah. Why not? Let's start small. I could do something like this down here. Let me see what this looks like. I haven't used this. Got it in the mail not too long ago. Oh, it's just a nice soft gold shimmer when it dries down. Okay. Let's do this. let it dry and see what effect that gives. That's one thing that we can do. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the shimmer. I'll pull the tape on these and hold them up so you can see. And honestly, until you get the watery stuff out of these, you don't really see the shimmer. But I'm loving it. It's got the gold. Which makes me wonder, I've got some other shimmer sprays. Makes me wonder what they would do. Now this one, I love this stencil. This is shattered. And I think because this is a circular thing, it needs that. So I want some paint for that. Let's go with an iridescent bronze. I think that's going to be lovely. And I need a new tool because I put that other one in the wash. Okay, so here's iridescent bronze. Let's see what we can get with this. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that so much. Huh. Who knew? Right? Who knew? Okay, so this, I don't like what I did down here. So let's change it up. Let's get some of that bronze. On there. To brighten up that spot. And you know, I think I'm going to need some pens now, aren't I? What do I have? Solid markers. I have what do I have with some shimmer? Let me see. Pencils. Oh, here. Look at these pencils. These are fun. These are Lyra. And I'm thinking that the Lyra on here is going to give some of that shimmer effect. Yeah. Yeah, that was the Lyra in a silver. This is a kind of a green. Let's see what it does. Let me see if I can do some line work here and break this up. It has a metallic sheen to it. which I find appealing. You guys see that? Of course you couldn't see that because I was over here doing it without the camera on it. But it's got a metallic sheen. And I don't know if that one really needs anything else. This one still is lacking something. So let's just do some big line swoops with that metallic across that one, like that. Okay, so let me get this up. Let me peel this and we'll see if there's anything else that we need to add. Gonna pull the tape. Yep. Trying not to tear my paper. So I'm going to pull it away from the artwork. Let's get these first. So that was kind of a fun palette, right? And that's kind of what I'm talking about for this month with Art Joy Sharing. Pick a palette, start by just picking some colors. And those websites that I'm talking about, you can do a Google search for free palettes. You can use those ones that I mentioned. Okay, and last but not least is this one here. So let's get them up and take a look, see what we got. So the one that started out being my most favorite is this one. Not my most favorite anymore. It still needs some gold or something. So let me move these aside and I'll show you what I'm talking about. See how it's just, kind of all one background piece, and it doesn't have that excitement. Now, if I had some ink, okay, so here's some Doc Martin iridescent bronze. What kind of mark do I want to make? Let's do some circular stuff. Coming back to that peacock thing, right? Okay. I'm liking that better. I am liking that better. And honestly, I think I should go around the edge of this one too. Give it a border. Yeah, that's better. That is definitely better. Okay. See what a difference that made? Kind of pulled it all together. So now it's back to making me happy. Okay, this one is okay. It's okay, but it's not really making me happy. So I think on this one, rather than the bronze, because can you guys see the gold shimmer? You see the gold shimmer on there? It's got a lot of nice shimmer. I think on this one, I need to go to get out my other drawing tools. See if I can get some of this out of the way. My desk is filling up rapidly, guys, with all kinds of stuff. Get some of these stencils out of the way. So got room for pens and pencils now, because it's all about the layers. It is all, for me, about the layers and what you can do with layering. So I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna look in my black and white. And I want to get one of my favorites here, which is, and I don't know if this is going to be small enough. Nope, that's not small enough. That might be okay. Yeah, that'll be okay. Okay, this is a Staedtler. This is a Staedtler permanent Lumicolor pen. Okay. And I think I just want to add some little cross hatching here. You guys see that? Don't know if I can come down here further so you can watch what I'm doing. Yeah, that little pop of black made me happier, just like the pop of copper on this one made me happier. Okay. So I'm going to call those two ready. Let's take a look at these two. Okay, I love what the copper did on top of this, but I still think this one is missing the boat. So let's go around here. Give it a little bit of a vortex, right? With that black. See that? And then I will also do a straight edge. Also get a straight edge and just put some kind of frame. Some kind of frame around here. And you see, in just a short period of time this morning, we were able to create some fun postcards to drop in the mail to your friends, buddies, birthday people, right? Actually, I think this could use a few little dots around the vortex here. kind of like beads on there. Yeah. So that's number 3. And then this one, I don't know. You guys are going to have to tell me which ones you like the best. This one, this big black piece here sticks out to me. So I need to do something about that. So I'm thinking I may need to go back to, okay, number 1, I may need to add more. In kind of a more of a botanical shape here. Nope, not loving that. Not loving that at all. So let me take this bronze. And let's see if we can disguise some of that. See if I can drag something through that. Where's my... Here we go. Got a palette knife. I don't care that this is going off the edge because I think that adds a little bit of interest. See down there where it went off the edge? Okay, let's dry that. See what we get. See if any of those colors from behind come through that bronze. This might need a piece of collage on top of it, I'm thinking. But I might have to think about this one for a bit because, yeah, I need to go do some other things and get my day going here. But, you know, I wanted to create a little something this morning just to have a little creative play. So there's that one. Here's the one that has the more vortex to it. This one with the cross hatches. And this one with a circular bronze. So yeah, that's my play for this morning, guys. I hope you learned something from this and are going to make something and post it in the group today. I'd love to see what you're working on. Okay. All right. That's it from me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.